What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here in our off-season rebuild series, as today we have the fourth worst team in the NBA according to record, and that being the San Antonio Spurs. Now, they have a guy on their team you may have heard of. His name is Victor Wembanyama. He's a really special talent, of course, and this team's going to have another lottery pick. They got future picks. They got all kinds of assets to work with. This team's future is very, very bright. It just really is. So, this should be off to a pretty good start already with Victor Wembanyama. So let's just go ahead, jump in, and finish the job, shall we? Before we get in today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 50,000 subs right now, and especially drop a like if you're enjoying these off-season rebuilds. We've done 3 so far, and today is our 4th one. We've done the Wizards, Hornets, and Pistons. Today we have our first Western Conference team, that being the Spurs. So far, I've done it by teams with the least amount of wins, and the Spurs were next. I think next is the Blazers, and it's the Raptors. So, yeah, next week we'll get into the Raptors starting Monday, I believe. But here's your squad. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama, absolute stud, one of the best rookies we've seen in a while. People are already talking about whether or not he could be a top 5 player as soon as next year, which is kind of crazy, but that's the ceiling that this man has. They have Vassell, who's a great piece, Trey Jones, Keldon Johnson. There's a lot to like about this roster. Of course, we do have to add some more talent around Wembanyama, but this is off to a good start. They have Greg Popovich as the head coach. I'm going to make sure I fix his contract because I know he signed an extension in real life. For whatever reason, they just don't have the extension here in 2K, so I'm going to fix that extension there. And we can still put the rest of the season and see how these last 2 games go. Of course, this doesn't really matter too much, and we could just leave rotation as is because, you know, it doesn't matter. So Luka Doncic wins MVP. Wembanyama, rookie of the year, also is probably gonna get defensive player. He does. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see who wins the champion really quickly, and then we can get straight into the offseason. As always, the first part of this offseason, like it has been for the last 3 videos, is a draft lottery. How lucky can we get in the lottery as the Cavaliers go on to win the championship? Retirements, LeBron James is trying to retire 1 more year, but I'm going to make sure he plays at least 1 more season. Let's go straight to, let's make sure that Greg Popovich doesn't retire on us. He does not, thankfully, so we're good there. So let's go straight to lottery, and let's see what our luck is today. So we are projected pick number 4, which might give us some luck to jump into number 1, which would be awesome. And then we are projected Charlotte's pick, but of course that one is protected, and is protected next year as well. So we probably won't ever see that Hornets pick, but let's see if our number 4 pick, you know, jumps up into the top 3 or something. And we actually, no, we stay at 4. So at least we didn't fall. We stayed at 4. Hornets get 1, Grizzlies 2. Blazers 3, Pistons 5. So not too shabby. I'll definitely take that. And I believe we have the Bulls pick, or is that next year? I think that's next year. And then the Raptors pick, it says goes to the 76ers, but I'm pretty damn sure that, I don't know why it's like that in 2K, but I'm pretty damn sure we're supposed to have that pick. But let me double check, of course, as always. I'm pretty damn sure I'm supposed to have that pick. I believe the Raptors pick is like top 6 protected, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see, though. We'll definitely see. Staff signing, Greg Popovich, of course, keep that the same. I'm going to fill out this coaching staff. I'm going to fix the draft picks, and then we can get straight into who we're drafting at number 4, and then potentially number 7 if we do actually own that pick, the Raptors, like I think we do. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you're playing on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so clutch to finding good plays without having to do any research whatsoever. For example, they compare discrepancies across multiple sportsbooks. It also shows you the juice that sportsbooks are giving out. For example, right now, Dylan Brooks over 11.5 points. You have a few books listing it at 12.5. I guess it's only a couple, but that's 2 books listing at 12.5. So you're clearly getting a discrepancy on Brooks, and there's some books also favoring the over of 11.5 points. So that'd be a good play to go ahead and plug into a slip. So basically, I found that within 2 seconds. Ever since I've been using this DGF Optimizer, I've become a much profitable sports bettor. I'll even show you the results right here. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing. Absolutely highly recommend it. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month. Highly, highly recommend it. If you are playing on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any of these other apps that are offered up here as well, because it gives you the tool to find good plays on any of these apps that it offers. So definitely make sure to check it out. Links in the description. Of course, I use this app to play on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a player props website that allows you to choose between 2 to 6 players. 2 players being 30 times their entry. All the way up to 6 players being 25 times their entry. There's all kinds of sports, all kinds of stats to choose from. The possibilities are endless on PrizePicks. They match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Use code Crushables for that. And basically, you can click more on a baseball projection. You could go all the way to freaking tennis if you want, or whatever, and go more on, you know, some tennis play if you really wanted to. Like I said, the possibilities are super endless on PrizePicks. They have all kinds of things on here you can play slips on. So make sure to check out PrizePicks. And last but certainly not least is Dabble. Dabble, another really cool app, very similar to Prize Picks. They actually offer up to an 1,000x payout if you go 12 for 12 on a parlay. And then they also have a really cool feature that no other DFS app has, where you can copy people's entries with a click of a button. It's such a cool feature. If you don't even want to make your own entries, you just copy people's entry. Make sure you use code Crushables. Like I said, code Crushables on Prize Picks, but on Dabble, use code Crush10. They give you $10 literally just for signing up. Other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So as you can see, I was correct. It is top 6 protected in 2024. So we do, in fact, get that draft pick, which I thought we did. So we can go straight to that and have number 4 and number 7 in this draft, which is nice. It really fell right out of the top 6, which is nice. We have 4 and 7. So we get to add 2 rookies to this team next to Wemby. So let's go ahead and make sure we make a good decision here with whoever we're drafting. So do I want to trade anyone on draft night really quickly? I don't think so. I don't think there's like anybody I'm like in a rush to get rid of. Like we could trade Keldon Johnson eventually, but we'll see who we draft first. Let's see who we get in the draft. So number 1, Nicole is going to the Hornets. Number 2, we got Alex Starr going to the Grizzlies. Number 3 is going to be Cody Williams to the Blazers. So we get to pick at number 4. So number 4, we have Zachary Satcher, who I have not been able to. I don't know if I've ever drafted Zachary Satcher. So I think today that is where we'll start. We're going to draft Zachary Satcher, and then I know another position of need for this team is a point guard. So that'll probably be what we do at 7. So we're going to take Zachary Satcher here at number 4. And at number 5 will be Stephon Castle. Number 2 will be Donovan Clingan. Or sorry, not number... What? I said 5 and then 2? What am I talking about? Whatever. Number 7, we got Montez Buzelis, who would be a good pick as well. We have Rob Dillingham. But I do think I'm going to take Isaiah Collier out of USC. I don't know if Dillingham is the better player. You could definitely tell me in the comment section. I don't think I've watched Isaiah Collier once. And I don't think I've watched Robert Dillingham once either. Because I did not watch the Kentucky game when they got eliminated in March Madness, unfortunately. Which would have been a fun game to watch, but I did not watch it. But Isaiah Collier is who I'm going to take here out of USC. So welcome to the Spurs, my friend. We got ourselves our point guard, hopefully, of the future. He is a 75 overall. Rob Dillingham was a 76. So either way, not too bad. We got a 78 Zachary Satcher. So feel pretty good about those 2 picks. Welcome to the Spurs, both of you. Player options, so on. Brandon Wesley will accept. And then qualifying offers, Dominic Barlow, and then David Duke. So we're not going to extend the offer on anybody here. So the media is already putting pressure on the Spurs, of course, to build a franchise contender right away around Wembanyama. And I know the Spurs memo of doing things has always been through the draft. I've never seen the Spurs really be that team that like trades for the superstars, right? So I don't know what's going to happen when it comes to that. Will they be like an argument between? I don't know. I guess we'll end up, seeing what happens. But I'm cool with just building through the draft to start things off. We have the luxury of being able to resign Wembanyama if we want to. He can't just leave us. Of course, player empowerment is a real thing. But I think I'm, gonna take my time with this one. So I am going to move Zach Collins to power forward because we're gonna have Mr. Charles play some backup center. He's a pretty good overall right away. Sohan and Collins will run the power forward. We have Keldon Johnson, Zachary Satcher now, Devin Vassell, Malachi Branham, and then Trey Jones and Isaiah Collier. So to be honest with you, not a lot of movement here, but I am okay with running this back. Now, we also could, there is some rumors about the idea of Trae Young being traded this offseason. We could, in theory, trade for Trae Young and pair Wembanyama and Trae Young together. Now, I have done that in a video in the past, so I probably won't do that today, but it definitely is an idea if the Spurs were looking to be good right away. Maybe we visit that later on in the video, but for now, I'm cool with just running it with what we have. So I'm going to just go straight to player progression and run it with Wembanyama with the way we drafted. So player progression, Barlow, Sanjo are back. You got Wembanyama up to a 93 already, Vassell up to an 83, Son up to an 80, Malachi Branham up to a 77, Blake Wesley. So not too shabby. Now we can get straight into next season. So again, we could have traded for Trae Young. We could have made this really good right away, and that would have been, an easy thing to do because Trae Young, I don't think is really that hard to get in 2K, but I'm cool with just seeing what Collier brings to the table at first. If it doesn't seem like it's working, I don't know how long I'll give it, but if it doesn't seem like it's working, then we can trade for Trae Young if we really feel the need to. So I do have to cut one player though. So let's go ahead and cut Mr. Sid. No, not Sid. Let's cut Sandro. Let's cut Mr. Sandro. All right. Let's get in this rotation. Power ranking is going to land us 16th overall. We're a 3-star defense, but we can be like 3.5 balance. So I'm going to go ahead and run a 3.5 balance system under Greg Popovich. And then let's take a look at our rotation after this. So balance system, running it like that. And here is what your rotation is going to look like. So it's going to be Trey Jones, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama. We got Zach Collins, Zachary Satcher, Malachi Branham, Isaiah Collier, and then Blake Wesley. So do I want to start Isaiah Collier over Trey Jones right away? I think I do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And, you know, maybe this isn't the right way to do things, but I want Isaiah Collier to show me whether or not he could be the guy in his rookie season. Is that fair to assess him in his rookie season? I have no idea. I'm also going to start Zach Satcher. Why not? So this is what we'll run with. We'll see how the season goes. Not really expecting a whole lot here. It would be awesome if somehow this team just drastically made it to the plan. I mean, under Wembanyama, it's not out of the realm of possibility. But we'll see what happens. We are ranked power ranking 16, so not impossible, but we'll see how the team does. So Jokic wins MVP at the end of this season. Top pitch is your rookie of the year. Derek Lively, 6-man. Victor Wembanyama, defensive player. 23 points, 14 rebounds. Are we surprised by that? No, not at all. And this season went very well. It went really good. Now, I'm not like surprised that we were this good already. Wembanyama already makes an all-NBA first team. So this man is showing us right away on how good he really is. We are in the plan already, which we're in the Western Conference today. Sorry. So A seed. So of course, if there was no plan, we'd be in the playoffs with this seeding, but we do have to play in the plan because of this. But here's what the stats look like. You had 23.5 from Wembanyama. You had 16 from Vassell, 15 from Keldon Johnson, 13 from Collier, 10.5 from Zach Collins, and 10 from Zachary Satcher. Not too bad. So on with 9, and then 8 from Malachi Branham. So overall, very solid. We get the Houston Rockets in round 1, who have Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, or round 1 of the play-in, I should say. Amin Thompson, Jabari Şengün. Do we beat them? And we do not. We have to go to the second leg. Let's see who wins here. So we get to play Memphis in this one. So it does suggest that I fix the rotation, but I'm cool with visiting the lottery again, even if we don't win this game here. So the fact that we even made it this far in year 2 is already really impressive. So that's fine. We lose to the Grizzlies, but I think going to the lottery again is not the worst thing in the world. I don't think we would have won a championship this year anyway. So we can eliminate the plan. Not too bad. It would have been great to get some actual playoff experience, but it is what it is. Bucks, Mavericks, and the Bucks go on to win a championship. Giannis gets another championship. LeBron James this time is going to retire Piston. All right. Draft lottery time. So we are projected pick number 7 via Charlotte, and then 14. So we are going to get 14. Now Charlotte's pick, I believe, is top 10 protected, so they're probably going to get to keep that. So yeah, it says it's number 3, but of course that's going to the Hornets because their pick is protected. I believe that conveys now into a second round pick, which is really unfortunate because obviously, you know, I would love to have another top 3 pick in this draft, but unfortunately that's just not the case. It is going to the Hornets because it's protected. So we're going to get a big man coach real quick, and then we can go straight to draft night. So the fact of the matter is, though, we already got the 8th seed. So the aggressiveness is going to be turned up a little bit. And damn, we have a lot of first round picks. We got the Bulls, Hawks. Okay, so definitely going to look into that. But let's get this pick back to the Hornets. Like I said, I believe this turns into a second round pick now. So I'm going to just take their second round pick next year. So yeah, you're welcome. You can have your number 3 back. I could have been a mischievous guy and kept it, but you know, I'm not going to do that. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to do. So I like Collier. He went up to 76. He averaged 13 points per game in his rookie season. It all depends on how much these guys progress, really. So I don't know if there's like anybody I'm looking to trade right away. So, I mean, I do want to make a trade though, because I don't really want to add 3 rookies to this team. We have 6 draft picks. We could add up to 6 rookies to this team. We're obviously not going to do that. We could also, in theory, trade up in this draft if we really wanted to. But I don't know. Do we want to do that, or do we want to go ahead and make a move for a vet right now and, you know, start adding some talent around Victor Wembanyama already? A lot of different options, a lot of different routes we can take, but I do believe the right decision is going to be to get some veteran help. And that's where I'm going to go with this, I think. So I do believe I'm going to try to make a trade here. This fits the best of both worlds. We get Mr. Wembanyama some help right away. We also get Greg Popovich a better roster right away as well. He only has so much time, right? We're trying to give him another championship. We're trying to show Victor Wembanyama that we're trying to do things here. We could draft at 14 and see what we get, of course. But I kind of like the idea of adding a vet here. This guy doesn't fit the timeline that much per se, but I feel like if we added him, this team would be impossible to guard. It really would be. Having Wembanyama and this guy in the front court would be just so deadly. And I am, of course, talking about Lauri Markkanen. Now, he's 28 years old, like I said, so he doesn't like fit the timeline that great, but I think he's still going to be a good player for quite some time. So I am going to try to get Lauri Markkanen off the Utah Jazz. I feel like, you know, at 28, there would be time for him to time for the Jazz to maybe consider trading him away. But imagine a Markkanen and Victor Wembanyama front court. That sounds disgusting. It really does. Like, the spacing of that front court would be crazy. Of course, Wemby defensively down low is still there. So, like, this would be really disgusting to have. So, as far as what I'm going to move in order to make this trade, So I am going to leave it to, I could do a Keldon Johnson for Markkanen swap, which I don't hate, especially if we believe Zachary Satcher is going to develop a little bit more. So I'm going to just see if they're cool with the Keldon Johnson for Markkanen swap. Maybe we include 25 and 28 and keep 14 out of the conversation. So let's see what they say to that. They say no. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you a couple of these seconds maybe. See if that changes your mind a little bit. They agree. Just like that, we trade 5 picks in this draft, which I'm totally cool with because we kept our lottery pick here. And we were going to draft 6 rookies anyway. And we add Lauri Markkanen to the team, which I absolutely love for us. So we're going to move Markkanen to the 4. He's going to play some power forward for us. So I absolutely love the addition of Markkanen here. So welcome to the San Antonio Spurs. Him and Wemby are going to be so much fun, man. I can't wait. But let's see what we can get at 14. We can add another player here, and we'll see. So we got VJ Edgecombe falling all the way to us. We got Rocco. I do believe I am going to take VJ Edgecombe. He's the perfect Keldon Johnson replacement. He played 2 games and shot 70% from 3. 27.5 points per game. Welcome to the Spurs. I feel that's the best pick we could have taken. So welcome to San Antonio, VJ Edgecombe. Very, very happy with that. We can play, we can sign Miro Little to a 2-way, and then Sid will accept. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Qualifying offers Dominic Barlow. He came back somehow last year, so if he wants to come back again somehow, sure, why not? So Trey Jones is a free agent. He is asking for $17 million. What did he do last year for us? Is he worth $17 million? He averaged 7 and 3. Ooh, I don't know, man. 38% off. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I'm gonna be honest. So Collier, Blake Wesley would be our point guard rotation instead. Vassell, Malachi Branham. We just got VJ Edgecombe, who's going to immediately slide down to the 3. So he's going to play some small forward for us, who replaces Keldon Johnson. We kind of have a rotation if we like it. We can move Zach Collins back to the center as well, or we can move him if we want to. So a lot of different options. There are a lot of different routes we can take. Free agency. We don't have money for Tatum or anything like that. I mean, if we didn't get Markkanen, we could have maybe signed Tatum, but I'm cool with not signing him. So Evan Mobley, Jalen Brunson, like we could maybe free up some money, make a move, but I actually do believe I'm going to let Trey Jones go just because I don't want to pay him that much money he's asking for. We're going to have to eventually pay Wemby and, Collier if he stays and all these other guys. So, and then Sohan. So yeah, I'm cool with just, actually going out of this offseason with what we just have. So we add Wemby to add, or we add Markkanen to Wemby to add a little bit more help here. So Collier is up to an 80 overall. That's beautiful. So I was wondering about his development, and the man developed beautifully. So I believe we got our franchise point guard. Zachary Satcher is up to an 80 overall, and then VJ Edgecombe and Satcher can fight over that 3 spot and see who kind of blossoms over there. And Vassell is a 2. So on the back and power forward. This is beautiful. So I do believe after making it to the play-in last year that this team is going to be a playoff team straight up this year. I just can't imagine Markkanen and Wembanyama can't get it done. That front court is going to be disgusting, man. It really is. So let's see what this rotation is going to look like going into this 3rd season. I do believe we're going to, I don't know if I could say we'll be a contender just yet. I think Collier might need a couple more years, but I do believe we'll be a playoff team. Power King already lands a 6th overall, so they do believe in us already. So here's your rotation. Collier, Vassell, Satcher, Markkanen, Wemby, Jeremy Sohan, Malachi Branham, Zach Collins, and VJ Edgecombe. And we could run Charles, but I am going to just run a 9-man rotation and shrink this bench utilization down quite a bit. So we'll do that. So Collier, Vassell, same thing. Love this. Absolutely love this. This is going to be a beautiful rotation. And then shot tendencies, Wembanyama, Markkanen's is high, which is nice. Vassell, 79. And then Collier's is going up as well. Touch tendency, and then, yeah, shot tendency. That looks good. All right, I will see you guys at the end of the season, obviously hoping that we're a playoff team. So at the end of this season, Luka wins MVP. Hugo is Rookie of the Year. Simon, 6-man. Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year again, which is, to be expected. But here's All-NBA first team. Wemby does not make an All-NBA first team this time. He does make the All-NBA second team. I'm assuming it's because he had a little bit more help scoring-wise. But we took the next step, and that was being in the playoffs. And funny enough, we get to play the team that we just made the trade with this offseason in the Utah Jazz. So let's take a look at the stats this year. So you had 25 from Wembanyama, 16 from Collier, 16 from Markkanen, and the 16 from Vassell. So I do love that these guys are all kind of helping out Wembanyama a little bit, all averaging 16. Brandon with 11 off the bench, 10 from Satcher, and then 10 from Jeremy Sohan. So not too bad. Now, we got into the playoffs. Now it's time to see if we can get in, win a playoff series, which the Jazz somehow signed Scotty Barnes, I guess, which is good for them. But let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Jazz in round 1. Somebody current round. They have a good squad, and they are going to beat us. So we took the next step of getting into the playoffs. Unfortunately, it did not work out very well. The Jazz did have a pretty good team. They basically replaced Markkanen with Scotty Barnes, which is probably a W for them, but whatever. So they playoffs, and let's see who goes to win the championship. Thunder look like they probably got it here, and they do win it. So What do we do next is the question. Do I continue to rely on Collier's development? Do we trade for Trae Young or something crazy like that? Do we have anybody's pick this offseason? It does not look like it. The Hawks pick, I believe we have via swap, I think, and I don't see where it's at unless if it's yeah, I don't see it. Hawks via San Antonio. Oh, wait, 28. Why do they have the best of the swap? I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Late pick in the draft, I don't care that much. Great Popovich, we're gonna keep you still as the head coach, of course. We'll see who the assistant GM takes with pick number 28. So we are going to get Mr. Albert Sessions, Damian Collins. I mean, Mr. Albert Sessions is terrible. He's a 67 overall. I don't even want to waste the draft. I don't even want to waste a spot for him. Player options, just Champagne. I am going to go ahead and decline, and then qualifying offers. Of course, this is when we start to spend a little bit of money because we have Sohan as a free agent, and then next year it'll be Wemby. So a lot of money about to be paid out here. So Jeremy Sohan is asking for 21 million. Zach Collins with 10. Charles with 8. Do I want Charles back or do I want Zach Collins back? Good question. Let's see. I guess I'll sign Zach Collins back. So, we have money to sign like a big free agent if we wanted to. Definitely got to keep that in mind. If we move on from Jeremy Sohan, let's see. What do we got? So, I just got to, you know, check it out a little bit. So, we could obviously re-sign all of our depth, but if we did make a big move, let's see who we could get. We could, in theory, almost get Luka Doncic. Imagine we got Luka Doncic to join the Spurs, bro. Ooh, boy. I mean, he's going to leave the Mavericks, it looks like. I don't know, man. Just saying. He'd be unrestricted. Maybe he'd love the idea of coming to play with Wemby. I think I'd be a fool if I didn't try, right? I do have to move somebody, but there's really, like, nobody to move. Damn. I don't know if I can do this trade, actually. All right. I guess I could dump Damian Collins. Let's do that. Let's trade Damian Collins because we literally just need a little bit more money. So we can trade Damian Collins and then we can try to sign Luka Doncic to a contract. Although it says I can't sign him for some reason. There we go. Let's see if he that'd be so awesome for his #1 offer, but I doubt it. No, we're not gonna get him. Damn, it was a cool idea for a second. Damn, that sucks. He doesn't even consider it. The Warriors is where his destination is at, but we do have the money to sign a big free agent if we wanted to. Let me see if I can do anything else. I doubt it, but man, imagine I got Luka on this team. I mean, we're winning a championship next year if that's the case. But for whatever reason, I guess I would be underpaying him then. Is that what's going on? I don't know. Signing him 4 years, let's say no option, no trade clause. What do you say to that? Does that move you at all? No, it does not. So Durant, Chet Holmgren, Trae Young. So Trae Young is also unrestricted, so he could just sign Trae Young outright. But I do like the idea of Collier, which I thought Luke would be okay because we could play him at the 2 weirdly enough because he's tall enough, obviously. Let's just see if somehow Luka falls out. He goes to the Warriors. I doubt he'll fall out. I mean, if worst case scenario, we just resign everybody. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So Durant is here, so Luka does not fall out. Scotty Barnes is here again. Paulo Banchero is here. Jabari Smith Jr. is here. I mean, we could build a really good squad right now. Benedict Mathurin is here. J-Dub is here. Like, I did not expect to be this much talent in this free agency. But if we're going to try to continue to compete, I think we got to make a move here. And I do kind of like the idea of maybe stealing J-Dub from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't hate that. Now, only average 16 points per game, but 45% shooting from 3. If you move him to small forward, he goes up like crazy. I'm going to give him a contract. Let's send him a contract, and let's see what the Thunder do with it. Do they match it? Right now, let's see. So we'd have to renounce a couple guys. They don't match it. So we're going to get J-Dub here. So that's our big addition, which I absolutely love, by the way. So we're going to move J-Dub now to small forward because he's going to start the 3s up to an 89. So we get Jalen Williams to be our brand new small forward here, which is nice. And now we can move VJ Edgecombe back to 2, so he can be some backup shooting guard again. So Edgecombe, he'll be backup 2 again. I know you'll regress. I'm sorry, but we got to move you there. So Zachary Satcher, backup 3. And now we need to address everything else. So backup center is always where I first prioritize because rebounding is such an important stat in 2K. I wonder if I could just get Zach Collins back after I sign someone else. I almost think 2K would let me do that. But we have Dalen Terry. We have Bogdan, Markelle Fultz, THT. So we already have a backup shooting guard. So I guess it's a backup point guard. Scottie Pippen Jr., Gabe Vincent, Sharif Cooper. Not a lot of great options here anyway. So I guess the other thing we need to do is a backup power forward, right? So what about backup 4s? Do we have anybody? We have Achua. We could slide to the center if we wanted to. Dante Aldama, PJ Washington. Give me a Chua, and let me see if I can get away with also signing Zach Collins back. That would be beautiful if I could do that. So let's see if we can get both of them. So we can get Zach Collins. Can I get a Chua still? I can't. So it's not going to let me get a Chua anymore. I do have to scrape a little bit less at the bottom of the barrel. Although we could sign Kevon Looney and slide, of course, Zach Collins, or we could re-sign Charles. I see we still have his bird right. So that means we might just do that. So we'll re-sign Charles. Zach Collins can slide back to the power forward. And then we could sign like Scottie Pippen, maybe, to be our backup point guard. Pippen Jr., that is. So yeah, I think that's a pretty solid offseason. Luka would have been amazing, but that gives us a contender, I believe. That gives us a contender next year. J-Dub should add to this, and then hopefully Isaiah Collier is up to like an 85. I mean, that might be too optimistic, but let's see. He's up to an 84. Pretty close. That's pretty close. So Jalen Williams, 89. Wembanyama, 97. Markkanen still an 87. But all around, this looks like a roster that's ready to contend. So we've gone from play-in to playoffs. Let's see if we can go be champions next. Make that jump. That'd be wild. Another depoy for Wembanyama. Not too surprising to see that, but as you can see, this season went very, very well. 64-18. Greg Popovich gets himself another Coach of the Year. Now let's see if we can have him ride off into the sunset as a champion. So we are the first team in the Western Conference. You have the Thunder, the Warriors on the other side of the bracket, which is beautiful. We get the Jazz maybe in round 2, the team that eliminated us last year. So the Mavericks, I can't wait to see who they have now, because obviously they no longer have Luka Doncic. They have Kyrie Irving, Keegan Murray, Derek Lively, Ron Holland. So still have a solid team, but I mean, it's just Kyrie Irving and a bunch of guys. I hope we don't lose to them. Let's go take a look at what the stats look like this year. So yeah, 22 from Collier. That's a big jump from him. 21 from Markkanen. 21 from Victor Wembanyama, sorry. 17 from Markkanen, and then 14 from J-Dub, 13.5 from Vassell, 12 from Rastacher, and 10 from BJ Edgecombe. It's only current against Dallas. If we lose in round 1, I would be upset, and we do beat them. And now let's see if we can get some sweet revenge on the Jazz. Now, Barnes was a free agent, so I do wonder if he came back. Wow, they got Boncaro and Barnes now. Rob Dillingham as well, who's developed really nicely for the Jazz. So definitely got to keep that in mind. He's coming off the bench for this team. He's averaging 23. So definitely if I ever need a point guard in the future for another video, Rob Dillingham definitely needs to be on the list there. But hopefully we can beat them. Somebody current round, and we are going to beat them in 5. And now we get the final boss, that being the Oklahoma City Thunder, of course. Now, we stole a good piece to them, which is why we did it in the first place. Because I know I was going to have to compete with the Thunder eventually. So now that J-Dub's on our side, hopefully that helps our case. Somebody current round. They're still up 2-1. Even if I still J-Dub from them, it does not matter. The Thunder are so impossible to beat at times, man. That's just how it is. Let's see if we can beat them, though. I mean, Victor Wembanyama, you're not losing to your rival, Chet Holmgren, are you? You're not going to lose to him, right? You're going to come back from 3-1 and do this to him. Let's do it. Come on, keep this going. Let's win in Oklahoma City, and now we'll go to a Game 7 if we can win this one. And we had the lead for a second. They take it back. We keep it. Now, can we keep the lead? We do. So we are going to beat them and force a Game 7. That's what I'm talking about. Wemby, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Game 7, we didn't come this far just to lose, right? We didn't come this far just to get smoked, and it's looking like that might be the case unless we get back in the game. We did for a second. We take it. Now run away with it. All right, we're down 1. Let's see if we can get back in this game. 103-104. We got a close one on our hands. This is to get to the finals, man. This is going to be a close one. All right, so we got a 112-110 game. I think we got to jump in, and we got to watch this bad boy. I don't know if I should play it, but we should definitely watch it. So let's see what's going to happen. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's do what I was trying to do. Boom. All right. And of course, they're going to fix the camera again. All right, let's see what happens. Thunder have the ball. We're down 2. Wemby's on the floor now. So look at all the size we have on the floor. We literally have freaking Collins. Dude, the size on the floor is kind of crazy right now. Shea Mitty. He is going to miss it. That is a huge miss for us. Wemby with a rebound. All right, Wembanyama. Go take this damn lead, boy. So Wembanyama going to have Chet on him. No way you let Chet guard you right here. Collier. I was about to hoist. Oh, he dropped the foul. Oh my gosh, if you got an N1 there, that would have been beautiful. But I think that's 3 free throws, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to make the first one. Hopefully that's 3. I think he was on the 3-point line. That's 3 free throws. That's beautiful. So we tie the game. Now, can we take the lead is the question. Come on, take this lead. That was a beautiful foul. If he would have hit the N1, oh boy. But we're up 1 point. Okay. Let's see. They put Vassell on the floor now. They got the starting 5 in there. That's beautiful. Nobody's fouled out, at least not yet. Case Wallace going to hand it off to Chet. Collier, you were able to stop him last time. Shea run out of bounds, bro. Oh my goodness. That'd been beautifully ran out of bounds. Oh, Chet got positioning on Wembanyama. Come on, Wemby. What are we doing? You're the depoy, bro. Can't have that happen. All right. Collier's got the ball. We need to take the lead back. We're down 1. Vassell is probably... I thought he was going to hand it off to Vassell. Wemby, screen. Wembanyama gives him a screen. Collier, I don't love this possession out of you. You're going to shoot it over Chet, and you're going to make it. All right. Sorry for the disrespect. He has 30 points tonight. Maybe the man knows what he's doing. We're up 1. Shea has the ball. Let's get a stop. Let's get a stop. How beautiful would it be if we got a stop here? Shea. He's going to shoot a midi. No, he passes out to a wide open Wallace, and Wallace is going to splash that home. We're down 2. That feels very unfortunate. All right, all we got to do is tie the game. It's not that hard. Or we can hit a 3 to take the lead. Come on. All right, Wembanyama. Give this man a screen. Collier's out here balling so far. He's going to get to Vassell. We have a wide open J-Dub for Jalen Williams. I freaking love you. Wow, what a shot. What a shot. That was beautiful. Wide open 3-point shot for J-Dub. Knocks it down. We're up 1 again. All right, this is a huge game 7, man. This is a back and forth game. This is beautiful. Shea with the ball. Collier's guarding him. Shea thought he was going to shoot it. He does not. He's going to pass it to a wide open Lou Dort. And oh my goodness, we got so lucky. What are we doing? We're not guarding the 3-point line enough. Wembanyama. I would love to see Wemby do something here on this offense possession. Gonna give it to Collier, though. Collier has been cooking on offense. Hopefully you can hit a dagger shot here, man. We're up 1. Come on. Oh, Wemby's gonna have a nice wide open screen. Oh, bro. Wemby could have... Okay, Wembanyama. 3 seconds left. If you hit this, no. Thunder gonna call a timeout. I don't know why Wemby didn't drive to the rim, man. Like, he could have cut to the basket. That would have been a wide open lane. Really sucks he didn't do that. He stayed on the 3-point line. All right, 16 seconds left. We got to get a stop. Dude, this is about to be scary, bro. I don't like this. 15 seconds left of the clock. We got to get a stop. Oh, boy. 11 seconds. Please tell me they don't cook on this possession. Chet. Shea. Shea for the lead. Oh, Lou Dort's wide open again. Why is he wide open again, bro? That's so unfortunate. Just wide open. What are we doing, man? All right, let's see if we can hit something here with 1 second left on the clock. Collier is going to get the ball, I think, here. No, it's going to go... Dude, Vassell was open, man. Oh, my gosh. That would have been beautiful. Hit that. What a unfortunate... Oh, gosh. I'm sick to my stomach, bro. We came back from Game 7 just to lose like that. I don't know what was happening with Lou Dort, bro. They just kept leaving him wide open, man. Whatever. We run it back. Disappointed. I'm heartbroken. So this year, Wemby gets an MVP. And by the way, no matter what, this is the final season. This will be the final season. Reason being is because Popovich tried to retire. I got Steve Kerr to be as an assistant for whatever reason. I guess Steve Kerr could take over as the head coach once Popovich tries to retire. So yeah, final season here no matter what. This is the final run for Greg Popovich. So I'm going to end it on this note. But we got the first seed in the West again. Here are your player stats. 23.5 from Wemby, 22 from Collier, 16 from Marketing, 15 for Sell, 15 from VJ Edgecombe. So without further ado, we get the Phoenix Suns in round 1. They have Mathurin, Jabari, Wiseman, Devin Booker. I mean, obviously, hopefully we were able to beat the Suns to get out of round 1. We do. Now we get the Blazers. Have Scoot, Sharp, Cody Williams, Nikola Jovic, DeAndre, and Anthony Simons. Very good squad that they have. I'm going to run an 8-man rotation, man. Let's play our 8 best players. Let's stop screwing around. Somebody come around against Portland. We're going to beat them in 5, and now we get the Thunder again. So, obviously, this team beat us last year. I'm going to click somebody current round. I'm going to live and die by somebody current round. 2-1. I said that, and then I stopped it. We beat them in 5 this time. Why couldn't it have been that easy last year? I have no idea. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers now. Dude, they still have Mitchell. I was about to ask if they still have Mitchell, and he literally just won Finals MVP, so I don't know why I was about to ask that. But here we go. Game 1. 1-0, beat them by 10. 41-19 from Wembanyama. Game 2. 2-0, 108-93. So far, so good. I think we got it. Let's go. Okay. Heartbreak last year, but we won this year, and that's what matters. Wembanyama, Finals MVP, and not only that, we got Greg Popovich a championship before it was all said and done. Beautiful video. So in this series, we're 3 for 4. We missed out on winning a championship yesterday, but today we won one, which is nice. We bounced back. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.